What is hatred? That's the question of the day. I was talking with a friend of mine, and he asked me that. He asked, hey, what is hatred? And I had no idea. Thought. And even whenever he said what he believes to be hatred, it didn't click immediately. But then he said, well, hatred is the fear of not being loved. I've had days to think about this. I've had time to talk with people, and it makes sense. A lot of people, whenever you ask them what they think about Christians, specifically more around the people who were Christians or who had a bad upbringing around Christians, they'll say that they are judgmental, but yet they make claims that I thought you were told to love your neighbor. This is almost two sides of a coin where they are the exact same piece. They are put together specifically, but we often see them as two different pieces. We often think, well, we're judgmental. Okay, well, no. And then I thought you were told to love your neighbor, and we almost disconnect these two. Like they don't mean anything, that they aren't put together for a specific reason. But I think that it's also important that we don't discard the idea that it's not loving of me, your neighbor, being your neighbor, to let you do things that harm you, right? It would be loving of me to expose the negativity that is around you and help you fix these things. It's not good for us to be hypocrites. We must be capable of saying, I've done wrong too. I'm not innocent of everything that has ever happened in my life, but we must be capable of coming together and finding solutions to our problems. But it's much easier for us to see the problems in each other than it is to look inside. Try to do it real quick. Try to think about problems that you have that you think other people will recognize, and then go ask someone. It's going to be a whole lot faster for someone to tell you, as long as you remove the part where they're not trying to hurt your feelings and they just spit out what's on top of their mind immediately. But intuitively, we all understand this. It's how we've interacted since the beginning of human history, potentially. It's how it's been working for the longest time ever. We are told to listen to our elders. They've made mistakes and they've fixed them. And they might just see themselves in you. They might be saying, you do all these things. And they might be saying, hey, listen, you need to fix these because I see myself in you. That's why you need to listen to your elders, because they can help fix your problems before they become real big problems. And you could say that there was a time that people judged each other to such a high degree, and I'd agree with you to a certain extent. I'd be willing to say that at minimum there was a time where people didn't convey the ideas that people who love you aren't going to let you drown. This is one of the major problems that we have today. There's a group of people that hate conservatives or Christians so much that they're unaffected by the death or murder of these people. It has to be rooted somewhere. There has to be a beginning of the hatred, and it is the fear of not being loved. If you don't show these people love, then they might feel like you don't. If they don't see that you love them, they might feel like you don't. If they perceive that you are dancing and acting like you love them, then they might feel like you don't. Now, sometimes we can't help it, in certain instances, because there are instances where they get manipulated. The twisting of words, the changing of appearance, people can change how you see something. This can be intentional, deliberate, and potentially malicious, but this could also be unintentional, purposeful but ignorant from their own lens, but through the guise of being helpful. Now, I don't want to just reveal a problem, I want to give solutions. So here are some. Invite people to church. Ask them if there's anything that you can pray for. Create a community with these people. Invite people into your community. Make it as easy for others to join. Have a bowling night and invite someone. If they seem hesitant, pay for their ticket. If you don't have money to pay for their ticket, ask someone else to help. And if we want to look at scripture, if we want to look at the past in Acts 2, verses 42 to 47, they devoted themselves to the apostles, teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of bread and to prayer. Everyone was filled with awe at the many wonders and signs performed by the apostles. All the believers were together, and they had everything in common. They sold property and possessions to give to anyone who had need. Every day they continued to meet each other in the temple courts. They broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts, praising God and enjoying the favor of all the people. And the Lord added to their number daily those who were being saved. Now, whether you're religious or not, these words do mean something. There is wisdom in these words. So let's unpack this. Let's break it down. First, they teach you this: to teach and to fellowship, which is another way of saying to gather and spend time. They spent time with each other, from eating to praying. They gave up possessions such as property to help the needy. They kept doing this over and over with only good intentions. Then God decided to add to their numbers. This is calling you to create a community focused around helping people, then actually following through with the idea. You will have to sacrifice. You must. But it doesn't have to be possessions. You can sacrifice your time. Then naturally people will be open to the idea of talking with you. And even if they disagree with you, they'll still give you the grace to get your opinions, get your understanding. If you show them love, then they'll listen. We can't give up on people who disagree with us. We have to stand up for what's right, but we can't forego the first call, the main call, rather. Spread the word and make disciples of nations. Let's go and make a change. Let's go and fight evil, but let's not go and leave our brothers and sisters behind. I ask you now, what are you going to do? Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for your time, and have a beautiful day.